so sad. I loved my brother more than anything in the world, and I was so sad. He was no longer breathing. His heart wasn't beating, and I couldn't talk to him or eat dinner with him or play games with him and joke around with him, and because he was dead. He wasn't there anymore, and I was so sad. Have you ever felt so? Maybe it wasn't even just somebody dying. Maybe you have just had a time where you felt so sad. Anyone ever felt that? That's how my sister and I felt. We cried, and we hugged each other and tried to comfort each other, but we still felt that sadness. But we tried to go ahead and prepare his burial, and with other people we mourned his death, and then we buried him. 4 days after we buried Lazarus, Jesus came into town, came into Bethany, and I ran up to him and I said, "Lord, if only you had been here, my brother wouldn't have died." And then Jesus said something to me that I will never forget. He said, "Martha, your brother will rise again." And I said, "Lord, I know my brother will rise again at the resurrection in the final days," but he said, "Your brother will rise again soon." And then he looked at me and he said, "I am the resurrection and the life. Anybody who believes in me will live even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die." And he said, "Martha, do you trust this?" And I said, "Lord, I trust in you with all my heart." And so from there, we went on to the tomb where Lazarus was buried, and Jesus saw how my sister Mary and I were crying, and he started crying with us, because that's the thing about Jesus, is he hurts when we hurt. When you're sad, he hurts with you. When you cry, Jesus cries for you. But the best thing about Jesus, and what I love about him, is that when you need to be comforted, he'll comfort you. He'll comfort you in your sadness and when you're crying. And so he cried with us and he comforted us. And then he went up to the tomb and he said, "Take away the stone that lies across where Lazarus is buried." And I said, "Lord, he's been dead for 4 days. There's going to be a terrible smell and odor." And then Jesus said, "Martha, did you not believe me when I said that the glory of God would be shown today?" And I said, "Yes, Lord, I do believe you." And so then Jesus walked forward into the tomb, and he looked up at the sky and he said, "Father, thank you for hearing me and for sending forth this miracle today." And boys and girls, what happened next? I don't know if you'll believe me, but it's true, I promise you. He went forward into the tomb after they took the stone away, and he shouted, "Lazarus, come out!" Did you know what happened? My brother Lazarus, who was dead, who we just buried 4 days before, walked out of the tomb with pieces of linen wrapped around him, and he was alive. It was amazing. Isn't that wonderful? Can you imagine how my sister Mary and I felt? We were so excited. We were so excited to talk to him again and to hug him again, but most importantly, to praise God for what he had done through Jesus that day. And the comfort that I told you Jesus can give, he gave to us that day. And not only did he give us comfort, but he proved that he can do anything. And boys and girls, I want you to remember that no matter how you feel, you always trust God. No matter how sad you are, upset, how angry, you need to still trust God that he will comfort you. The Bible promises that someday we will see everybody who has trusted in God and who has followed him here on earth. We will see them in heaven. I can't wait for you to meet my brother Lazarus someday. But most importantly, I cannot wait for you to meet Jesus face to face. And I can't wait for you to celebrate him and his name in heaven forever and ever and ever.